With Sweet Home Season 2 finale leaving us breathless, we cannot wait for Season 3 to air. Although the second season has been receiving mixed reviews from viewers, it's obvious that there's still more of the story to be uncovered. Many people complained about the overuse of slow motion throughout the episodes, not enough of Song Kang's screen time, and according to some, the storytelling was severely lacking this season. The script seemed to heavily change the pacing of the show. While Season 1 was very fast-paced and people were binging the show, Season 2 got rather slow at times. But since Season 3 is ready to come out, we need to talk about what to expect. It's impossible to describe how many plot twists there have been this season, but let's start with the biggest one. Lee Do-hyun's appearance in the last minute of the final episode without any clothes on, serving visuals, and the sinister yet sweet look that we all love so much. What does it mean for the show, though? Well, it confirms one thing. He survived the tragic event of the first season and turned into a monster, but he's in his human form. What's more, his appearance at the end of the season hints at something epic, and that's a potential storyline for his character. As many of you know, Do-hyun has been serving in the military since August of this year, which means that if he's set to star in Season 3 of Sweet Home, his scenes have already been all filmed. To be honest, not many viewers expected him to appear in this season of Sweet Home, and that's why his appearance made such waves online. If we're judging the situation solely by his appearance, it means that he's dedicated to not let fans be disappointed and wanted to take part in this season no matter what. We're guessing that Lee Do-hyun's character Yoon-hyuk will be one of the main stars of Season 3. This season we could see how his sister Yoon-yu, played by Go Min-shi, kept searching for him as she had a feeling that he had been repeatedly saving her life. She desperately wanted to find him and kept risking her own safety for the sake of seeing his face for one last time. She had a heartbreaking moment when visiting the old building where they lived. Yoon-yu found her brother's glasses, CD player, and a note left behind which included a list of people who were without symptoms, who were infected, and who were turned. Yoon-hyuk's name was on the list as well, and it proved that he had symptoms of turning into a monster before the tragedy occurred. This gave Yoon-yu hope as she believed that he'd turned into a monster and is now secretly following her around to keep her safe. It seemed like Yoon-yu thought he didn't want to show up only because of his new body form, but as it turns out, that wasn't the case at all. What happened was that Yoon-yu's life had been repeatedly saved by Cha Hyun-soo, and during that period, her brother was still in a cocoon, awaiting his monster birth. And let's just say that the birth was epic. The moment Yoon-hyuk fell from the cocoon and stood up, everyone could tell that the next season would be one hell of a ride. The expected storyline is that Yoon-hyuk will seek out his sister Yoon-yu, and they will navigate this new post-apocalyptic world together. What's more, it's very likely that Yoon-hyuk and Yoon-yu will be joined by Hyun-soo, judging from the last conversation between Yoon-yu and Hyun-soo, but of course there will be big obstacles that they will need to overcome. For example, as we've seen Sang-wook's appearance at the very end of the season, he's dedicated to getting his last say, and the doctor has been now made aware of that properly. The whole research facility has been turned into a sort of a lab where some unknown people had been testing people who turned into monsters. And this will be a huge part of Season 3 because this lab is led by a mysterious man in a suit who has these monster humans under control. He proved that as soon as he ordered the young girl Ja-young to hurt the sergeant. We're unaware of what they are planning to do in the facility, but it's not a sign of anything good. Earlier this season, we saw that Hyun-soo was willing to become a bridge between humans and monsters and to help the researchers to invent a cure for the monster virus. However, after his battle with Sang-wook, his hopes were ruined, and at first we weren't even shown whether he survived. But speaking of Hyun-soo, it's going to be very interesting to see him in the next season, and that's for multiple reasons. In the final episode of Season 2, Yoon-yu had a conversation with Hyun-soo's monster side. The monster side of him revealed that the monster and the real Hyun-soo have a deal to help each other. It's another fascinating element of the Sweet Home universe that is bound to be explored more. What gave everyone chills was the moment when the monster Hyun-soo leaned forward and got at the same eye level as Yoon-yu, making it seem like they were about to kiss. Now, this is a great plot twist, and the sinister vibe of that scene was a great cherry on top. He asked her what she thinks they ought to do, and this hints at Season 3 exploring Hyun-soo's and Yoon-yu's potential relationship and cooperation alongside her brother. A new character was introduced this season, Ah-yi, who is the daughter of Yi-kyung. Watching Yi-kyung giving birth to Ah-yi was really nerve-wracking, but as it turns out, her daughter has really amazing abilities. Ah-yi is able to turn other people into monsters, which is shocking because up to that point, it was believed that the monsterization process is not possible to be controlled, and Ah-yi proved this theory wrong. With the tragic fate of Yi-kyung, it looks like Ah-yi is going to be a big part of Season 3 because she's a key monster human to research the process of monsterization and find a cure. That means that Hyun-soo and Ah-yi are most likely going to be the most important characters as the solution to the problem depends on their cooperation. Ah-yi's abilities include the power to control others after they're turned into monsters. However, she's also able to connect with other monsters on a more emotional level as it was revealed by her friendship with the baby monster. What's crazy is that she's turned her own mother into a monster, and Yi Kyung fought the monsterization with her own will. It seems like a person with strong dedication can actually fight the process of turning into a monster, so that's one more thing to add onto the pile of things to explore in Season 3. Speaking of monsters, this season showed us quite a few new monsters. We've learned that they're able to hunt for their prey in groups and that they can coexist. We've also seen that many of them are harmless and can even help humans if needed. However, a big complaint from viewers has been targeted at the monsters of this season. Previously, all the monsters were representing human desires, but suddenly, it seems like this season the production stepped away from that and introduced monsters that looked more like Transformers and not like a representation of human greed and desire. This season also heavily deviated from its source material. People had complaints about this on online forums and were left questioning whether Season 3 will complicate this situation even more or not. Season 1 has already deviated a lot from the webtoon for the sake of the continuation of the story, so it's expected that this trend will continue to take place. However, we wouldn't be surprised if the ending was bittersweet. Season 3 might cost Hyun-soo his life, and we are unsure if Yoon-hyuk is going to be able to survive as well. Viewers definitely need to get prepared for losing some of their favorite characters because this drama has repeatedly proven that the creators aren't afraid to cut out some of the characters. We're also going to be introduced to new survivors and monsters, so there's a lot to look forward to. This was already shown in this season as the character of Chan-young was made from scratch. What's more, no one said that Season 3 would be the last installment of this story. It's highly possible that due to its immense success, the creators will work on a different story from the same universe. Whether it's going to be a prequel or a sequel, we're unable to say, but it's too soon to say goodbye to the Sweet Home universe. Thankfully, the upcoming season has been already confirmed, and it's been revealed that it will come out next year in the summer. It means that the show has already finished filming. The reason we believe so is that Lee Do-hyun appeared in a shocking way at the very end of Season 2, and it looks like he's going to be a big part of Season 3. And if that's the case, it means that his scenes must have already been filmed a long time ago since he's currently serving in the military. The same goes for Song Kang, who during the press conference for Season 2 confirmed that this is his last drama before he enlists in the military. That means that all of his scenes have been filmed. It's pretty obvious that the show actually wrapped up filming completely and that the next few months will be spent on editing and post-production. Since the show has some amazing CGI and visual effects, it takes a long time to finish them. Most likely they're already adding some last touches, finishing all the CGI and VFX. What's more, Netflix takes months to dub their series into various languages and to also provide subtitles for them. This has been previously revealed by the director of The Devil's Plan, who shared that it took Netflix 5 months to subtitle and dub the show because the editing was finished in May and the show aired at the end of September. With this being said, let us know in the comments what you expect from Season 3 of Sweet Home and if you were happy with this latest season or if you were left disappointed. Thanks for watching, and we'll talk to you soon.